Hello everybody, Hawk here. So as I promised, I'm going to do vocals for this song that I've been producing, and I'm going to do them on camera, unedited. So I'm going to preface this with, I am not a professional vocalist, as you'll see. I love singing, I love songwriting, I love producing tracks, getting the ideas out there. So even if you're not the best vocalist in the world, you know, as a producer and a songwriter, you should still be able to sing so that you can get your ideas across, right? So fortunately, we have auto-tune and all kinds of great tuning programs, software programs. So I sing it and then I tune it. I'll just get that out there. I'm pitchy, I sing flat. I'll do the best I can. So having said that, let's do this. I got all the cameras rolling here, and I'm going to be tracking this in Pro Tools, a TDM system, an HD TDM system, and one of the previous versions from Pro Tools 10, but I still keep it around because I like tracking it into it because I have no latency, no native systems in it. And I'm going to be recording on a vintage tube microphone here. It's a CAD VX microphone. It's got dual tubes in it. Sometimes it gets a little noisy. I probably need to swap out the tubes, but it sounds good. Let me show it to you here. So there she is right there. And it's got its own power supply. I'm running it into a Avalon preamp down there. And there's the power supply down there on the ground right there. And so yeah, I really like the way it sounds. I can actually change the capsule on it, so I can get, like, I believe it's a 1-inch or a 0.75. I've got the 1-inch in there right now for male vocals. And there's my screen. So up here I can see all my levels really great on the big TV screen, so that's nice. You can see one of my Sonics pads fell off the wall there. It's kind of funny. And my Huey, which I'll be using for control, and my Mackie here. One thing I like about this Mackie Big Knob, it's got 2 headphones jacks on it, so if you're working with a vocalist and you're the producer, you're in the studio, it's great. It's real handy. Vocalists can have a headphone feed, their own individual amplifier there, headphone amp, and I'm on the other one. Oh yeah, speaking of which, sandbags down here. I've got a sandbag here and I've got my cable connected to the sandbag so that it's not banging around. So here are my headphones here, and so that they're not banging around on a desk or something, they're going through the little loop on the sandbag down there. I use these sandbags like a lot. And actually, there's not sand in them, I should mention that. I put rocks in them, like nice big river rocks in them, so that if they do get a hole, they're not going to put sand all over my studio, because that's a bad idea, right? So I got my sandbag there. It's holding down the mic. It's a really heavy mic, so that helps. I've got a carpet I always throw out on the floor here so that I'm not squeaking on the floor. Also, like, I moved my keyboards here over here, and you notice I put sandbags down there too, so that when I'm walking by without my shoes on, because I don't like to sing with my shoes on, I kick the sandbag, or the rock bag as it is, but I'm not likely to break my toe on that versus actually breaking my toe on this thing, which doesn't feel good to run into that post there. So yeah, okay. So there's some of my studio tips there. Anything else? No, let's do it. Oh, actually, yeah, there is one other thing I wanted to show you. So I've got a isolation thing, obviously, around the microphone. And, geez, I can't remember the name of this one here, but I looked at a lot of different ones, and I saw this one at NAMM, and it just made sense to me. It doesn't look like it's just thrown together with a bunch of foam. I mean, it's a custom-made mold that they have. And I've already shown you the inside. But so when I'm singing and when I'm performing, I can never remember my lyrics. So I got a lyric sheet here, and you could use a music stand. Most of my vocalists will use a music stand, but I just discovered that I can actually stick this inside of this because this material is a little sticky, so it actually sits in here. I just jam it in there. I gotta show you this. This is pretty funny. So I just jammed in there. I checked it to make sure that this wasn't messing up the sound. As long as the paper is not rattling around, it's actually seems to be pretty okay. And so there are my lyrics back there behind the microphone. I can just be singing right at the microphone, and yeah, it's kind of cool. And with that, we better get going here. I've got, I forgot to unplug the house phone, whatever. So the house phone's ringing right now, but I don't think that's going to be a problem because it barely ever rings, except for when I'm recording, of course. And I've got a section queued up here. You know, Pro Tools and a lot of other these programs, they have the ability to do takes. But what I like to do is, because I'm labeling the individual clips all the time, is I'll have multiple tracks set up. So I generally don't like to do more than 3 to 4 takes on something. If I do more, then it starts getting to be too much to edit. So if I can't cut it and I can't get a good take in, say, 3 takes, then maybe I'm not warmed up, or you know, it's just not going to be that good. I'm going to have to use auto-tune to help me in some editing. But so I've got one track here that I'm using for my main input, audio 1. So Vox input, and then as I get each track done that I like, I just come over and I scoot it down to one of the other tracks, and then I keep all the other tracks muted here. So as I'm standing here, it makes it easy for me to work on Huey. So I just mute all my other tracks. And we are good to go. All right, let's do some recording here. So I'll usually run through I've got a section queued up here, and I'll run through it a couple times. Oh, it's going to be kind of interesting because you guys won't hear what I'm hearing on my headphones, because obviously if my headphones, if it's coming over the speakers, it's going to bleed into the microphone, so you're just going to see me singing. And then I'll play back. I've got to take the microphone off and play it back. So, but before the microphone's on here. And I'm going to step through this. There are 3 verses. So I'm going to do the 3 verses, and then I'm going to go back and do the choruses, and then I'm going to tackle any sorts of background vocals that I might decide to do. So microphone, the speaker is going off. Put myself on input here so I can hear myself on level here. And here we go. I'll do my best to talk about what I'm doing over here as I do things. Just making sure my paper's not rattling around in here. Stuck in there pretty good. Pop filter's on. And input's on, so let me just give it a try here. Check my levels. My levels are adjusted with my Avalon over here. Hello, hello. and it's easy for me to restart. Gotta check something on my mic preamp here, hold on. I noticed that with these two mics, for some reason with this, it's a vintage piece of gear. So I noticed that it after it warms up, it likes to have the power supply turned off for a second and then turn back on, and then it quiets down. Don't ask me why. That sounds much better. Okay, got a squeaky floor here, so I'll try not to squeak too much. But it's really, the funny thing is with things like bleed through the headphones and everything, it's really about, how loud your voice is recorded relative to whatever headphone bleed you have coming through, or a squeaky floor, or whatever noises are going to happen on the mic. And even if you go and you listen to, like maybe Michael Jackson, when he was recording with Quincy Jones, you hear the same thing. So it's about whether you're going to hear it in the mix. All right. Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? Came back only yesterday. I'm moving farther away. Want you near me? Alrighty. So levels, everything look good. Let's do this. Let's start recording some takes here. Usually it'll take me like a couple takes and then I'll warm up a little bit. At some point in time, it's like, your takes, they're good, they get better, and then they get worse. So you got to find that cutoff point and not overdo it. Power my track. Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? Came back only yesterday. I'm moving farther away. Want you near me? So I'm going to check that and make sure that everything looks and sounds good there. So, that was okay. It wasn't like emotive as I want. It's really hard when I'm doing vocals myself. It's like I'm super picky about everything, like every nuance. So it's better for me to just kind of speed through these and get them cut, and then go back and do the edits and do the fine tuning and any actual auto-tune types of effects that I need on it a little bit later on. But that one was fine for right now. So I'm going to just save that one and scoot it down. So that was verse 1, and record another couple takes. So I just scooted it down to audio track 5 there. It's kind of funny in here with all the bright lights too. It's like kind of this is an intimate song, and it's so bright in here. Here we go. Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? Came back only yesterday, I'm moving farther away. Want you near me? Okay. Kind of went flat on the end there. So those are kind of, so I'll try one a little bit more with a little bit more power on this one. Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? Came back only yesterday, I'm moving farther away. Want you near me? That's a little bit cleaner. Do another one. Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? Came back only yesterday, I'm moving farther away. Want you near me? So my voice is warming up a little bit there. So I'm going to delete the first one because the first one kind of sucked, and then just scoot this down here and do another one. And then I think I'll have it for the first verse. Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? Came back only yesterday, I'm moving farther away. Want you near me? Yeah, kind of like the second one the best. Let me take a listen to that one. So I'm going to unmute that one, take a listen to it. Yeah, it's okay. Maybe I'll do just one more, just for kicks, and give it if I can give it a little bit more oomph. So, because I've already got 4 takes here. See if I get something better. Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? Came back only yesterday, I'm moving farther away. Want you near me? That had some good points in it. So what I'm going to do is get rid of the second take and scoot things down. Again, I'm just trying to keep not too many takes here. But I did kind of lag the second, drag the second phrase. So I'm going to try this once more here. See if I can pick up the second phrase. Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? Came back only yesterday, I'm moving farther away. Want you near me? That was better in terms of my timing on the second verse. So again, I'm going to drop these down here so that I just have 4 of these to work with, and you'll be able to see these on my ScreenFlow movie here. And at this point now, I'm going to move on to the next verse. And so if I'm going to put this on the speakers here in order to hear what I'm doing at this point, I need to make sure that I take the track out of arm, record arm. And looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? Came back only yesterday. So see that second phrase, that's the one I was trying to nail on that because I've been dragging it on the other one. So I got it on that one. I'm happy with that. It was in key and on time. So I'll be able to splice that into one of the other takes that I have. But anyway, that sounds good. So again, I'm trying to get myself not to over edit what I'm doing here, that they felt good, they were more or less in key, that my timing was okay, and then I can do all the fine tuning a little bit later. So on to the second verse here. Good things these are nice short verses. And I have a pre-roll of 1 bar and a count off with a click track on just for the click, just to get myself into the headspace for the timing. And I also post roll afterward. So 1 bar pre, and then just actually recording. I don't want to record right on the downbeat because I'm coming in on the downbeat. So I record a bar in front and I record a bar in the back. And then this should be and then the next verse is, oh, see that's a mistake I made just now, is let's see if I can remember this. Make sure that the whole verse is on like a single page, otherwise if you've got 2 pages in here, that's a problem. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit 2 pages in my vocal thing here. So So, let me jot them down in the bottom of the page. So I missed 2 lines here. Sometimes when I think of her name, when it's only a game, and I need you, listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay when I see you. All right. Mic's off. Vocal is record armed. Track there. Do a quick rough take here. Actually not recording it, just monitoring my input so I can sing along with it. Look at that. Sometimes when I think of her name and it's only a game, and I need you, listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay. See you. Listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay when I see you. Okay. Sometimes when I think of her name, when it's only a game, and I need you, listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay when I see you. Okay. Sometimes when I think of her name and it's only a game, and I need you, listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to say when I see you. Alright. I think I got it. It's good. Sometimes when I think of her name and it's only a game, and I need you, listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay when I see you. Alright. Well, yeah, it's okay. You know, I was flat on some spots there for sure. So, definitely we'll move that down, keep going. Sometimes when I think of her name, sometimes when I think of her name and it's only a game, and I need you, listening to the words. That sucked. That one sucked. I'm not even gonna bother saving that one because I messed up sometimes. The vowel on the flat on sometimes. Sometimes when I think of her name and it's only a game, and I need you. Oops, forgot the words. So there's an undo button here, which is kind of cool. Undo. Also, there's a save button on this Huey, which is save. Yeah. Definitely want to say that first, so click, double click, save. Yeah. Sometimes when I think of her name and it's only a game, and I need you, listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay when I see you. There are a couple of moments in there, okay. Sometimes when I think of her name and it's only a game, and I need you, listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay when I see you. It was better than the first take. Sometimes when I think of her name and it's only a game, and I need you, thinking of the words that I say, I can't remember the lyrics. So undo that because that was not working. Sometimes when I think of her name and it's only a game, and I need you, listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay when I see you. See if I can put this up a little bit higher in my mini vocal booth here. So here's one other idea. Yeah, voila, le scotch tape. Many times have I used this because I think I can just, because I just folded the piece of paper in half, so that's obviously not going to work. So and I'll just tape it in there because I think the tape will hold. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So now it's sort of more at the level where I need to be instead of putting my head down. So hopefully, maybe that'll work. Help. I don't know. Sometimes when I think of her name, and it's only a game, and I need you, listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay. When I see you, that's definitely helping. So getting rid of that first take. Probably getting rid of the second take too. I definitely was flat on the beginning, but I could see the lyrics, so that was good. Sometimes when I think of her name, and it's only a game, when I need you, listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay. When I see you. That's funny. The second line is, and I need you. But when I need you, when I see you. I actually like when I need you rather than and. So maybe I'll do that differently. Definitely getting rid of the second take at this point. Scooting these ones down. Sometimes when I think of her name, and it's only a game, when I need you, listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay. When I see you. Oh yeah, eek. I was flat on that last phrase, that's for sure. Let's get a couple good ones here. Sometimes when I think of her name, and it's only a game, and I need you, listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay. When I see you. Gonna save that one and keep moving here. Sometimes when I think of her name, and it's only a game, and I need, like, sometimes, I just don't even keep take, because, like, I didn't come in right, so. Sometimes when I think of her name, and it's only a game, and I need you, listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay. When I see you. That was a little better. Sometimes if I'm having problems like remember the lyrics and singing at the same time, take one of my headphones off a little bit so that I can actually hear my voice, not just through the computer, but actually hear my voice in the open room. It helps me to sing and key a little better. And I need all the help I can get, right? Sometimes when I think of her name, and it's only a game, and I need you, listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay. When I see you. Getting better. Sometimes when I think of her name, and it's only a game, and I need you, listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay. When I see you. Okay, so I think I've got something in there that I can at least tune and work with, and I think I had enough diaphragm control on the sometimes. I was having some problems with that sometimes. I'm going to do another couple takes here, and this time I'm going to see if I can get the lyrics right, the when and the and. Sometimes when I think of her name, when it's only a game, and I need you, listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay. When I see you. That one was good. I definitely had enough diaphragm control on that. So, so I'm going to do another one the same way. Try and get that sometimes out. And I actually like the lyrics the way they were written. Fancy that. So the way the consonants and the vowels roll off of the tongue, just sometimes the way the lyrics, the way you combine those consonants and vowels. And some vowels are harder to sing than others, so here we go. Sometimes sometimes when I think of her name, when it's only a game, and I need you, listening to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay. When I see you. So, yeah. I think I'm starting to go downhill now. I think that last take that I did was the best one. Yeah, I'm just going to keep moving. Maybe I'll take a quick listen to that one. That one take that I think I liked. I like that one. I like that one. So one thing I'll do is if I get something, that's like pretty much 99% there, I'll go ahead and mark that one as good. And I remember I had this one was good as well. You see, I go through like 10, 15 takes, right? And then it's those, somewhere in that group there, I peak and then I start going downhill. All right, so the last verse. Same situation here, I will this and my lovely piece of tape, which as you see, I didn't put it on real tight, just enough to hold it up. And this one, yeah, don't need tape for that one. This is going to take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. Can't take no more. Wonder if you'll understand it's just the touch of your hand behind a closed door. Cue it up, and let's give it a try. Just practice run. This is gonna take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. Can't take it no more. Wonder if you'll understand. It's just a touch of your hand behind closed doors. It says behind a closed door, and I didn't do that. And it says I kind of like my interpretation better. Behind a closed door, no, behind closed doors, and can't take it no more. Can't take no more. I like can't take it no more. We'll try that. Okay. So headphone off a little bit here, so I can hear what the heck I'm doing. This is gonna take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. All right, let's do it. Strongest verse, third verse. This is gonna take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. Can't take it no more. Wonder if you'll understand. It's just a touch of your hand behind closed doors. Yeah, okay. I totally rushed the last phrase by like probably a half a bar. All right, so right on. Let's try and not do that. This is gonna take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. Can't take it no more. Wonder if you'll understand. It's just the touch of your hand behind closed doors. It's funny, you can see here with the waveforms, definitely the first verse is the quietest, which is actually what I want. I want to create a movement in the song in terms of the energy. Yeah. This is gonna take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. Can't take it no more. Wonder if you'll understand. It's just the touch of your hand behind closed doors. You know, it's okay. Let's grab that, scoot it down. This is gonna take a long time. Wait a second. I didn't have one of these channels muted, so just hearing myself. Let's get rid of that. Boom. See how much easier it is to just like boom, 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 press the buttons on the Huey, as opposed to which note is it and mousing around. It always takes me a while because first I got to find the mouse. Anyway. This is gonna. This is gonna take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. Can't take it no more. Wonder if you'll understand. It's just the touch of your hand behind closed doors. And you know, that one was, I think, better than the first one, so I'm gonna get rid of the first one and scoot that down. Emotionally, I like that one, though I definitely had some flat notes in there, but emotionally I thought that was pretty good. Sorry. Getting text, okay. This is... This is gonna take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. Can't take it no more. Wonder if you'll understand. It's just the touch of your hand behind closed doors. All right, that's pretty good. I think I'm going to try this time and sing it the way the lyricist originally wrote it. So instead of behind closed doors, behind a closed door, and can't take no more. I'll try it and see what it feels like. This is gonna take, yeah. This is gonna take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. Can't take no more. Wonder if you'll understand. It's just the touch of your hand behind a closed door. So actually, the bad English actually kind of worked okay for can't take no more. Behind a closed door was kind of awkward. Behind a closed door, behind a closed door. Let me try it again. I'm just going to undo that one. This is gonna take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. Can't take no more. Wonder if you'll understand. It's just the touch of your hand behind a closed door. Once again, yeah, I'm back to kind of the way the original vocalist, the original lyrics read. So I'm gonna keep going here and try and get this the way the vocalist originally wrote it. The phrasing on that last phrase is a little awkward, but I think I can pull it off. A couple more tries. This is gonna, yeah. This is gonna take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. Can't take no more. Wonder if you'll understand. It's just the touch of your hand behind a closed door. I like that one. Emotionally, you know, I felt like, I think I might have been lagging some of the phrases, but I think I'm going to mark good on this one, and we'll see if we can get a better one. This is gonna take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. Can't take no more. Wonder if you'll understand. It's just the touch of your hand behind a closed door. Yeah, I can work with that. I think I'll do just one more for kicks and see if I can do something a little different on it and probably replace this one right here. This is gonna take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. Can't take no more. Wonder if you'll understand. It's just the touch of your hand behind a closed door. The only thing different I could do is, like, instead of behind, sliding the A down, behind a closed door. I think I'll try that. Let me undo that one. Just try this. This is gonna body, yeah. This is gonna take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. Can't take no more. Wonder if you'll understand. It's just the touch of your hand behind a closed door. I think I like that one. Like, with the held note instead of the slid down note. I think that's much better. Take a listen to that. Yeah. That was way better. Okay, so on this, I'm happy with the rest of the stuff. I'm sure I've got something in there to edit in. So what I'll do is I'll make a note on this one. Good last phrase. Good last phrase. Right on. All right. So save this. The magic save button right on there. Have a drink of water, and now we are going to get to the chorus sections. And we'll do a bunch of chorus takes. I think I'll just do them at the end here, because all the choruses are basically the same. So if I can hit one chorus and then edit some different variations around, I'll be in good shape. I'm not hearing a lot on backing vocals, but you never know. I might end up with something on here. This, I don't think I'm going to forget the chorus, but you never know. When I start singing, I just forget everything. Make sure that my monitor input is on. That little green eye button. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. And there's no monitor input on this old Huey. As a matter of fact, Pro Tools didn't even have a monitor input when the Huey was built. It's that old. I think this thing is 98, so it's a good clean 20 years old. I have input on, and let's see what we got here. All right. Didn't mean to record something, just want to play it. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. Only you. Uh-huh. Yeah. Only you. I actually don't need. I don't think I'm singing it twice. Am I singing this twice on the last part? It goes through twice. 8 bars, 9 bars. No, let's try it. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. 68. Only you. Only you. Yeah. All I need. Hello. Hello. So I have to decide whether I want. I've been singing it 2 ways when I play piano. One is on the upbeat, the and of one, and then one is actually on the downbeat. I think the original was on the downbeat. Let me see. I'm not feeling that downbeat though. All I needed was the love you gave. All I need. No, I'm definitely doing that on the upbeat. I'm not feeling. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. Okay. Yeah. Let's try it. See that gets off. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. All I ever need. All right. So I'll say that. You'll notice what I'm going to do here is I'm going to slide this down here. I'm going to slide this down, but it's actually going to cut on cross. It's going to be on top of the vocals, but it doesn't matter because the clip is still intact, and I'll edit that later. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. I think I want to extend that out a little bit. I didn't like either one of these, and I want to extend out the recording a little bit. So, don't I have Smart Tool on? What's wrong with me? All I needed, all I needed was a love you gave. Talk about dragging that. Right. That record no. Two. All I needed was a love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. I'm going to keep that, but I didn't like it. Just going to tell you, I didn't like it. I'm going to keep it, but I didn't like it. Is that it was flat on the A's on the all, so it's a harder vowel to get out. All I needed was a love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. Second part was okay. First part wasn't so good. All I needed, all I needed. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. What's interesting is, if I do get some good takes in here, I can use these, since I'm in tempo grid mode, and just slide them literally to another chorus section. But I was flat on that last all again. Oops. Let's see, come here. There we go. Let's try that again. All I needed, all I need, bleh, jeez. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. Trying to find my A there. Here we go. Yeah. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. All I needed for another day. Shit. Come on, see what I mean? I like totally forget the lyrics. Undo. All I needed for to love you. Nah, as soon as I... come on. Undo. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. All I needed for to love you. Keep doing that. All I needed was a love. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. You know, okay, not the best. Still flat on that A. I'm gonna have to tune that one. It's that vowel, that last A vowel, the all. It's really bothering me. So let's try it a couple more times here. Remember, all these ones that I'm deleting, they're still over here in the clips list. So they're not really gone. And I can use spot mode if I need to get them back. If I'm like, oh, there must have been something back there that's better. But I don't have to go sorting through them. I can just focus on my top 4. Or my last recorded 4 in this particular case. All I needed was the love you gave. Yeah. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed were another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. And again. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. That one had some good points in it that I felt better about, but I was still, well, actually my voice cracked on the all that time. So I'm actually going to put a note on this one here. Call this one, okay. All I needed for another. Lyrics now. So I keep closing my eyes when I do that, and boom, I lose it. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. And all I ever knew. Only you. So, again, where's my mouse? I was flat on that all that time. And there's other parts of that performance that were like okay, but yeah, I was flat on the all. All I need, blah 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 blah. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. All I needed for another. Joy is wrong again. All I needed was love you gave. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. That one was, I like that one pretty good. Emotionally, it was fairly strong. I was still flat on the all that I've consistently, but I was flat in the second half of it, so it should be fairly easy for me to tune that up. So I'm going to stop here, keep these guys, and I'm going to just go and do a few more on another chorus here. So this one here. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you, only you. Oh yeah, yeah, blah blah. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever. Not getting enough breath out of that. And all I ever knew, and all I ever knew, and all I ever knew. All I needed. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. I'll keep that one even though my voice cracked on that one, but I will keep it. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. Having the extra ones here also gives me the ability later on to stack them up if I need to. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. Only you. All I needed for another day. Why do I keep doing that lyric? I don't know. All I needed for the love, meh. And then I'm mucking my words there. Is it for or was it was? Hey, all I needed. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. Kind of like that one. So I'm going to save that one and then I'll label this one good. And I'll just do one more. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew. Only you. Kind of like that one as well. So I'll label that one good as well. So a couple good ones to choose from here. And looks like I need another track so I can scoot these down. So create an audio track. 6. Grab these. Down. Grab these. Scoot them down. I'm wondering if I need or want, just do this section here, harmony part on only you. Only you, only you, only you, only you ever knew. Only you, only you, only you. All I ever knew, all I ever knew. only you, only you, only you, only you. I kind of like that. I like that. Yeah. So that being the case, only you, only you. So that's a D. D and B. So I want to create some more tracks because definitely gonna need at least 3 of those. So more tracks. I will need 3 more tracks. Minimum of 3 more tracks. I don't think I'd go more than that. Too many more chords, but that will work there. And I want to scoot these up because I'm working on them up here. I'll keep one of those open, so I need 1 to reference, which is good here. I'll zoom in a little bit here, and that's the section right there that I'm going to record. Make sure that these 3 tracks are muted, and there are my vocals. Vocal input, yes. Try this a couple times just for practice here. Only you, only you, only you, only you, only you. Only you. Yep. Ever. Only you. Oops, went flat on that one. Only you. So scoot this down here and then double check, make sure it sounds okay. So that would be scoot it down to 8, unmute 8. Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, let me play that for you guys. Just so you know what it sounds like here. So 8. All I ever knew, only you. So that's cool. I like that. So 8. And let's get the other harmony parts written. Well, actually, doubled. I'm just doubling those. Only you. Only you. Ever knew. Only you. So I couldn't hear that one. I'm gonna redo that one. Only you. Only you. Only you. Only you. Only you. All I ever knew. Only you. And I want to put in, I actually want to hear 8 here. So down a little bit lower. Only you. Came in early there. Trying to get a blend here. Only you. good. So I'm going to do a bunch of these so I have choices here. Only you. Check the blend on these three. So hitting solo on those just to listen to them together. Okay, like I said, I'm not the best vocalist, so those harmony parts, not all of them are in key, but I'll be able to get them into key and then straighten them up a little bit more. I am going to do a few more though, because that's 3, and I want to do some more. So go to the other section here and do the same thing. And good. All I ever knew, only you. Yeah. Let's find that. Only you, only you. So undo that and record that again. Only you. So right now, like I said, the objective is to just get a bunch of these for layering. I've already got the other ones for layering. 2-part harmony. Only you. And one more. Only you. Sometimes even, it's funny, you know, when you're doing background vocals, sometimes something being a little bit out of key sounds cool because it gives it that little chorusing effect. Just like you detune the oscillators of a synthesizer. So. So yeah, so check this out. So I always got to remember to turn off because I've got speakers right here, and the speakers are right in front of my microphone. And if I don't turn off auto monitor input and record input, feedback time. So right here. All I ever knew, only you. All I ever knew, only you. Sweet, that sounds cool. Wasn't expecting that, wasn't sure. I wanted harmony parts, but that was good. So last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do a quick run through just from the top and try and do some ad-libs. I'm not, like I said, I'm just not a good enough vocalist. I mean, I would really appreciate these vocalists that can totally knock out all these fantastic ad-libs, and I'll get like, after I'm done working with a vocalist, what I'll do is I'll have them go through the whole track once, maybe twice, but usually once is fine, and just do some ad-libs. And sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't, but just having the ad-libs there is great. Since it's hard to go back in and capture that same lead voice in terms of the tone, the quality of the voice, where the mic was placed and everything, so doing the ad-libs now is important so that we can get those edited in if we need to. I'll try. I don't know what I'm going to squeak out because when it comes to ad-libs for me, you know, heck, hitting the notes is hard for me, so actually doing ad-libs, that's just maybe in another 10 years, I don't know, if I keep practicing. So let's find a cue point up here next to the first verse. Or actually, probably towards the end. Actually, the only thing I'm really interested in ad-libbing in is towards the end here. And make sure that our vocal input is on. I'm going to do a run through quickly and see what I squeak out, and then if I don't like what I'm squeaking out, then not do it. All right. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed was the love you gave. Was the love you gave. Needed was the love you gave, yeah. All I needed for another day. And all I ever knew. Only you, only you, only you, why? Only you, only you. All right, let's go. All right. Maybe I'll just start from the beginning. Whatever. I'll just do it from the top here, and whatever I squeak out. It's good to take a nice long take, a nice long run. Here we go, ad-lib time. Looking, oh yeah. Looking from a window. All I needed, yeah. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed was another day. All I needed was the love you gave. Yeah. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. All I needed, I ever knew, was only you. Was only you. Was only you. Was only you. That's all I ever knew. All I wanted was the love you gave. And I don't know why. All I needed was the love you. All I needed was the love you gave. And all I ever knew. Only you, only you. Only you. All I needed was love. All I needed was the love you gave. And that's what I wanted. 'Cause there's only you. All I needed was the love you gave. And all I needed for another day. And all I ever knew was only you, was only you, was only you. Okay. I don't think I'm going to keep any of that. That was awful. I mean, there were maybe a couple moments, but yeah, that was awful. Okay. So much for my ad-libs. I just better play it straight. I'm a straight man. So hey, there it is. Save this. And that awful ad-lib track, but I got the harmonies done. Plus, for me, I think the ad-libs will be more about the synth lead parts, and I want to put some strings in there. So, next session, I'm going to edit these together, do some vocal tuning, fly them into Ableton Live so that I can finish the string arrangement and whatever the lead parts I want to do. I don't know if I'm going to actually get to mixing this term, but maybe I'll take that up next term. Okay, so see you soon. I'll be back for another Sunday session. next Sunday. Ciao.